Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today's yoga practice is going to be all about stretching our posterior chain. So all the way down the back of our body. And we did a back bend flow yesterday, so this is going to be really nice if you did that one yesterday as well. If you are quite tight in your hamstrings, you may want some blocks. So you can grab like 2 blocks or 2 books or just something to bring the height of the floor towards you, but just pop those to one side. We're not going to need them straight away. And we're going to start at the very bottom of the body, at the soles of our feet. So come into a kneeling position, tuck your toes, and we're going to sit back onto our heels. Now, this is quite intense for some of us. If you feel like you need to be down here, maybe even here, and you can shift the weight back, totally go for it. Otherwise, hands up onto the thighs, shoulders away from ears, close your eyes, soften the jaw, take a nice big breath in. And as you exhale, drop your attention into the body. Dedicating this next portion of your day to yourself. So noticing that tingling sensation in the feet, in the toes. And allowing yourself to sit with it. So by activating the fascia on the soles of our feet, this is going to help us later on all the way up as we stretch our entire back of our body. If it starts to get intense, breathe through it, or you can bring your hands down. Remember, that's totally cool. Allow your tailbone to drop in between the heels. Noticing that maybe heat, that fire that's generated through the feet, maybe that travels up through the ankles, lower leg, maybe even higher up the body. Well done. Take another big breath in. And a big sigh out. Good. And then slowly bringing your hands out in front. Tap out your toes or give a little roll out through the ankles. Free up those feet. Well done, everyone. That's an intense one. Cool. From here, extend your right toes long onto the mat and push through the heels. So you're really kind of stretching through your calf. Now, for some of us, you might want to take a little rock forwards and back to really get into it. Or if just a static hold is enough to feel it in towards the calves, that's cool too. Good, then switching it over. So right knee in, left leg extends. Take a little rock, maybe a little mooch into it before you take a hold. Good, and then bringing that left knee in. Spread the fingers wide. We're going to find a downward facing dog. So sending those sit bones back and up. Take a little walk out through the feet. So dropping the left heel. And then bend the left knee, drop the right heel. Let the head be heavy. And just start to feel out the back of the legs. So now we've warmed up the bottom of the feet, the calves. We can work a little higher up into our hamstrings. Have a little pedal out. Good, and then as you pedal out, begin to slowly walk your feet forward. So you can take straight legs, you can bend your legs. Just take a nice slow walk to the top edge of your mat. And when you get to the top, soften your knees, head is heavy. Maybe grab opposite elbows, take a little sway from side to side. So bend your knees and take it out of the hamstrings and make it more about the spine. You should feel your lower back go like, ah. The upper and middle back is kind of free. Good, and then soften the knees and slowly begin to rebuild your spine one vertebrae at a time. No race, no rush. Good, rolling the shoulders away from the ears. Good. Bring your feet about hip width apart, big toes just slightly turned in, and then interlace your fingers and bring them to the back of the head. We'll take a little back bend here. Take a big breath in. Imagine your hands are like pulling your skull up to the ceiling. And as you exhale, take a little lean back, elbows drop to the side. Lovely. Take a full breath. And this time as you exhale, bring your chin to your chest. Let your elbows drop forwards, stretching through the back of the neck, middle back. So it's just like the weight of your hands stretching the back of your neck. Good. Let's take a little flow here. So as you inhale, open the elbows, lift the chin, lift the chest. And as you exhale, round it on in. One more, inhale. And as you exhale, round it in, head is heavy. And then slowly soften the knees and begin to roll down through the spine. Allow your hands to stay onto your head and feel that transfer all the way down the back of the spine. And then bringing the hands down to the mat. Lovely. From here, you're going to step your right foot behind your left, so your legs are crossed. Don't worry if your knees have to bend a little, but see if you can keep your back leg as straight as possible. Take a breath in, and then as you exhale, fold. Relax your head. You should feel quite an intense stretch through the back leg, maybe like down the side of it a little bit as well. Good. And then step your right foot back underneath the right hip. Left foot steps behind. Take a breath. And as you exhale, fold, straightening up that back leg as much as you can. If you need to use your blocks, like totally, like if you're quite tight there, bring the floor to you with some blocks. Good. And then stepping your left foot back underneath your left hip. Good. Bringing the hands down to the mat. And then step it back to a downward facing dog. So take a plank first to measure up that down dog. And then sending those sit bones back and up. Good. So coaxing the heels down towards the earth in your downward facing dog. Lovely. As you inhale, float your right leg high into the sky. And as you exhale, step it in between the hands. Lovely. From here, we're going to straighten up our front leg. Now, for some of us, as we do that, the floor gets far away. So this is where I would recommend having the blocks. You can either have them like this, even higher if you need. So that front leg is straight. Keep high on your back toes. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, fold. Relax your head and neck. And you can really round through the back here. So either hands to the blocks, hands on the floor, or you can even reach your fingertips backwards so you really round the upper back. Should feel nice in the back of the shoulder. Relax the jaw, remember. And it's a big one for that right hamstring, so just be really kind to yourself. Lovely. Take a nice big breath in. Let something out. Good. And then plant the hands. Bend into that front knee, step it back to your downward facing dog. So you might feel a little bit lopsided now as your right leg is more open than your left, but we'll balance it up. So left leg floats into the air. And as you exhale, step it in between the hands. And then straighten up that front leg. So decide if you need a block or not, maybe. Probably this side. Take a breath. And as you exhale, fold, relax your neck. Hands can walk back if you want more rounding in the upper back. And totally use blocks. Like if balance in this pose is a challenge for you, totally use your blocks for support. Stay high on the back toes. Good. Big breath in. As you exhale, bend into that front knee, plant the hands, take it back to a downward facing dog. Nice. Good. As you inhale, come up super high onto your tiptoes. And as you exhale, press down through your heels. You might find you can get your sit bones higher and your heel bones lower as you've opened out through the back of the legs. Lovely. From here, step your big toes together. Drop the knees, keep them together, and then drop the forehead, coming into child's pose. From here, bring your hands back to your heels with the palms facing up. This will allow your shoulders just to really relax. Feeling that lengthening through the lower back. Staying where you are, interlace your fingers behind you. Squeeze your palms together so you open through the chest. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, you're going to rock onto the crown of your head. It's like a little head massage. Good. And then lower down, forehead or third eye to the mat. Let's do 2 more like this. So inhale, rock on forwards onto the crown of the head. And then roll it back to the third eye. Good. Inhale, pushing up onto the crown of the head. A little bit of a balance. And as you exhale, third eye to earth. Good. And then bringing the hands either side of the knees. And slowly, slowly bringing yourself back up into a kneeling position. Lovely. From here, bring your hands out, bring your legs out in front of you even. Give them a little shake out if they need. Good. From here, bring your right knee into the chest and then let it drop out to the side. Good. From here, reaching your hands high. And as you exhale, fold. Now, we're going to do it a little bit different here. So we're going to allow the head to be heavy, the arms to be just like wherever they kind of land. And then take a little sway from side to side and just notice how that feels in your back as you begin to like really open up through those posterior chain muscles. And the key is to really relax as much as possible. So our back muscles work so hard for us all day, keeping us upright. See if you can give them this time to really relax and lengthen and rest as well. Sometimes it's not because our posterior chain muscles aren't strong, it's just because they might be tired. Good, and then slowly walking the hands back towards you, bringing that knee in towards the chest. Let's do the opposite side. So left knee in, let it drop out to the side. Take a breath in. And then as you exhale, folding it forward, relax your head, relax your neck. You can take a little sway from side to side to kind of find a point that you need, but don't worry about what it looks like. Honestly, like will probably look different and that's fine. Notice if the shoulders begin to do too much, maybe the upper back begins to do too much. Can you just allow the arms to almost like fall out of the sockets? Good, and then slowly walking the hands back towards you. Well done. Bringing the knee in towards the chest. Lengthen out the legs. Give them a little bit of a shake here. It's like a little lazy vinyasa. Good. And then bringing the soles of the feet onto the mat. Bring your hands onto the shins. Inhale, lift up through the chest. So we've got a nice straight spine. And then as you exhale, chin to chest, round the back here. So allow like your hands to have the full weight of your body. And then take in really big deep breaths. See how the breath is pushed into the back, like the upper back. And that's going to open out through the shoulders. Quite nice if you get any knots around the upper back and shoulder area. It's quite nice to like really lean into it and see if you can like ease them out almost. Good. Take another big breath in. Big sigh out. Good. And then we're going to slowly roll our hands down our thighs, coming onto the back. Lovely. Bringing the right knee in towards the chest. Feel your lower back really imprint on the mat. Maybe straightening out the left leg. Shoulders are relaxed. Good, and then switch it over. Lengthen out the right leg. Hug your left knee in. Just notice how that feels on the left-hand side of your lower back. Good, and then releasing, but bring your hands to the back of the knees, chin to chest, and take a few rock and rolls here. So really kind of massaging the back of the body. Good, and then you're gonna rock and roll all the way to seated, and then come to lie on your tummy. So we're gonna take a mini shavasana, but on our front. So come down onto your tummy. You can use your hands as a little pillow to rest your forehead on, or you can turn your head like one way. Just make sure you kind of be even and turn the head. Otherwise, rest the forehead onto the hands. Take your feet a little bit wider and let your heels drop out to the side. Take a little shimmy of the bum. And you just get that moment of like, in the lower back. Close the eyes. Take a nice big breath in. And a big sigh out. Just noticing how solid and supportive the earth is beneath you. And allowing that to tell the back of the body that it can relax. So the glutes, the lower back. Now you are so welcome to stay here and take a shavasana on your front, like a reverse shavasana. Totally stay here. Otherwise, we're going to come to a seated position. So take your time. There's absolutely no rush. Keep your eyes closed or your gaze low. And come and find a comfortable seat. Wherever you are, whether you're still lying on your front or seated, take a big breath in. Huge sigh out. Feel it wash over the shoulders, all the way down the back of the body. Taking a moment to really thank yourself for carving out time to look after your mind and body. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today. I really hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, make sure you give it a little thumbs up and I will catch you on the next one. Bye.